All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to begin by giving all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. And Shalom to your brothers that are laboring and pushing this word in truth and sincerity and with charity. I'm the brother Abraham from the camp here in GMS, Chicago, coming back at you with another lesson, Lord willing to be edifying. All right. This is a video that I came across. This is a video from World Star Hip Hop, and it's on Benjamin Milkowski, because that's his real name. Believe he's from Polish descent and changed his last name to Netanyahu so he could sound more Jewish. All right. But this video is called "We Will Reach the Kingdom," which is what Milkowski said, and it says, declares he is creating the right conditions for the return of the Messiah, right? Which their Messiah is a Edomite, Jesus, right? Jesus, that's their Messiah, and in their minds, they actually believe this. This is actually what they believe. And even Donald Trump was told the same thing, right? That this wars was gonna usher in the return of the Messiah and the kingdom of heaven. That's what he was told by his men as well. So this is something that in their minds they actually believe this, right? And they actually think that they're the chosen people, which they're not, right? So a few scriptures came to mind, and he's not entirely wrong with what he said, right? And what I mean by that is, the scriptures say that the Lord will shorten the days for the elect's sake, right? And the Lord is ultimately the one in control of everything that goes on in the world. All right. So I have a few scriptures that I want to read that came to mind as I saw this. Okay. This is Proverbs 21:1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, as the rivers of water. He turneth it whithersoever he will. Okay. So the Hebrew word for heart is la'ab, which means your mind. So the Lord is literally controlling everything that these leaders of these nations, everything that they do. Okay. This is the book of Romans chapter 9, and I'm gonna start at 17 and read a little bit in here. All right, this is Romans 9:17. For the scripture saith unto Pharaoh, even for this same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might show my power in thee, and that my name might be declared throughout all the earth. Right? So back during the time of Moses and Pharaoh was a mighty Pharaoh during that time. Egypt was the superpower at that time, right? And the Lord built up Egypt to that status, okay, of renown before all the earth. And for what purpose did he do that? So that the Lord will show his power right? Because they thought they were untouchable. They thought they were invincible. Right? And the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart that he wouldn't let Israel go, so that he would show his signs and his wonders and his might. And guess what? He's going to do the exact same thing again. Okay, it says in 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter, that he will bring plagues upon Egypt as before. Speaking of spiritual Egypt, which is Babylon the Great, the virgin daughter of Babylon. Alright, so we're going to get to see some mighty, miraculous works in these last days, greater than the stuff that happened in Egypt. Alright, so it says, therefore, have he mercy on whom he will have mercy, and whom he will he hardeneth. Thou wilt say then unto me, why doth he yet find fault? For who hath resisted his will? And the Lord's is working his will on the leaders of these nations in these end times. Okay, in Job it says that the deceived and the deceiver are his. They're all working on whatever the will of the Lord is. Alright, we have a war that is, World War III is pretty much here, right? The beginning stages of World War III. Alright, and this is the work of the Lord. He is stirring up the minds of these kings in these last days to do all this, because it is his determination to gather the nations so he could pour upon them his indignation, even his fierce anger. Alright, that is the will of the Lord. It says, nay, but O man, art thou that repliest against God? Shall the thing formed say to him that formed it, why hast thou made me thus? Hath not the potter power over the clay of the same lump to make one vessel unto honor and another unto dishonor? Right? And who is that? Jacob and Esau. Jacob is that vessel unto honor. Esau is that vessel unto dishonor. It says, what if God, willing to show his wrath and to make his power known, endured with much long suffering the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction? Right? So who are those vessels fitted to destruction? Esau. This guy right there on the screen. Alright? So let's listen to this video and what he said.
Falls, then the problem would be solved. But Iran is no longer Iran of the past. Iran is no longer that big nation, that regional strong arm. We are working against Iran in many ways, and in ways that would be revealed at a later stage. And I can say that Israel is much stronger, much greater than it has been in the past. We need to recognize this. And I believe we all recognize the fact that we will reach to the kingdom.
Right, that we will reach to the kingdom.
We will make it to the return of the Messiah, but this will not happen next Thursday. The lives of nations.
He said we will make the return of the Messiah. We will reach the kingdom, which doesn't make any. That statement doesn't make any sense coming from them, because didn't that happen in 1948? Right, when you claim that was your return unto the Holy Land, that means this is the kingdom of heaven. Because only then would the kingdom of heaven be established, right? let's get the book of Daniel 2. And 44. It says, "And in the days of these kings shall the God of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever." Right? So in the days of what kings, right? When you read from the beginning of the chapter, it goes into a vision, okay, of a statue, and the statue was made of different kinds of metals, and these different kinds of metals represented 4 kingdoms that would reign on the earth, okay. And at the last one, which we're at the last one, we're at the feet of the statue. We're at the toes and the feet of the statue. Okay. After the Lord returns, he would destroy the last beast, which is the Roman Empire. All right. Modern day Jewry is Esau, right? So after that, then the kingdom of heaven would be established, and it will rule forever, and there would be peace on earth, and there would be no more war. Which there's nothing but war going on in the world. There's no peace in the world. Okay? And then will it be like Solomon's kingdom, when he reigned and there was 40 years of peace and it was quiet and peaceful? Then it will be like that, right? Because there will be no more war. Alright, so that statement, they just made their own tongue to fall upon themselves, because that just proves that you're not the real biblical Israelites, that you're frauds and bastards. Okay. But that's pretty much it. Just wanted to go into that real quick, and when I saw that, I'm like, yeah, I gotta do a lesson on that. But I'm gonna go ahead and end it there, Lord willing. This video was edifying as always. All honor, glory, and praises goes to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Until next time, Shalom.